In a world that's always buzzing, there's something incredibly soothing about carving out a corner of calm, your very own indoor garden nook. It's not just about bringing greenery inside, but creating a soulful space where plants, handmade elements, and imperfection come together beautifully. In this narrative, we'll explore the magic of this style through the lens of Handmade Imperfect Beauty, a movement rooted in the appreciation of natural materials and human touch. Inspired by American interior values of comfort, character, and creativity, this design is a heartfelt way to cultivate serenity indoors. More than just a design choice, the indoor garden nook is a statement of lifestyle. It's where function meets feeling. Whether tucked beside a window or nestled in a hallway, these nooks welcome a moment of pause. They're for reading, daydreaming, or watering the soul along with your plants. The nook becomes a grounding space in the home, embodying the American love for personal sanctuaries and intentional living. Through textures, tones, and terracotta pots, it reflects the simplicity that nurtures creativity. At the heart of this decor lies the appreciation for things that are beautifully imperfect. Uneven ceramics, visible stitches and cushions, or handmade wooden stools aren't flaws, they're features. This aesthetic aligns with a growing American movement that cherishes authenticity over mass production. It invites you to mix locally made pottery with vintage finds, layer reclaimed textiles, and embrace flaws as marks of character. This ethos softens the clean lines often associated with modern design, replacing them with raw, lived-in warmth. No indoor garden nook is complete without the glow of natural light. South-facing windows or skylights elevate plants and handmade objects alike. The sunlight plays with shadows cast by vine leaves and woven baskets, bringing everything to life. In American homes, especially those with open-concept layouts, harnessing natural light is a central goal. Light transforms a nook from just a seat among plants into a sun-drenched retreat filled with visual poetry. plants do more than decorate, they express emotion. When curating your indoor garden nook, choose greenery that speaks to your lifestyle. A cascading pothose, a tall fiddle-leaf fig, or a sculptural snake plant adds dynamic energy. Just as handmade elements reveal human personality, your plant choices reflect care, identity, and mood. The American trend toward plant parenting isn't just aesthetic, it's emotional, offering comfort and a sense of purpose within home life. Your seating matters. Whether it's a thrifted rattan chair, a wooden bench with uneven legs, or a repurposed church pew, the seating in your nook should tell a story. Americans increasingly appreciate the value of heritage and sustainability. Mixing antique and handmade pieces gives the nook character and aligns perfectly with the Handmade Imperfect Beauty movement. It's a place where generations and genres meet in harmony. Color plays a vital role in defining the mood of your nook. Earthy tones like clay red, moss green, soft sand, and weathered beige echo the natural world outside your window. These hues complement both the plants and the imperfect textures of handmade objects. In American interior trends, muted, nature-inspired palettes have become a preferred backdrop for eclectic, soulful homes. These colors help slow down the space, encouraging mindfulness and calm. Handwoven throws, embroidered cushions, and naturally dyed fabrics bring layers of coziness and craft into your garden nook. These are not perfect pieces, they show irregularities and signs of the maker's hand. This tactile beauty resonates with American values of comfort, family, and individual expression. Drape a chunky knit blanket across your bench or layer mismatched pillows to celebrate imperfection as intimacy. Even your practical pieces can enhance the handmade look. Clay pots with thumbprints, baskets with frayed ends, and coiled rope planters all add tactile depth. These items double as functional containers and aesthetic features. It's a hallmark of this design philosophy: beauty and utility are not separate but intertwined. In American homes, especially where minimalism meets warmth, these dual-purpose items help maintain a lived-in but curated feel. The Nook isn't just about greenery, it's about what you do there. Stack hand-bound journals, botanical sketchbooks, or beloved novels nearby. In an age where digital dominates, Americans are returning to analog comforts, especially in personal spaces like this. Adding books to your Nook adds soul. Their presence encourages quiet reflection, supporting the overall vision of a peaceful, imperfectly beautiful retreat. Don't forget the vertical space. Handmade macramé hangers, fiber art, or hanging planters can elevate your Nook into a vertical garden. This not only saves space but adds dynamic texture. The slight unevenness of hand-knotted designs brings depth and life. American design often blends utility and artistry, and these vertical elements are a prime example of form meeting function with grace. smell deeply affects how a space feels. Incorporate soy candles, dried herbs, or handmade incense holders crafted from clay. Lavender, eucalyptus, and rosemary enhance the garden ambience while reinforcing the handmade theme. American homes are increasingly using scent layering as part of interior styling, especially in spaces of retreat. A garden nook should not only look good but smell like peace. Adding DIY touches strengthens the connection you have with your space. Paint your own planter, sew a quirky cushion cover, or assemble a floating shelf from reclaimed wood. These projects invite creativity while anchoring your identity into the nook. In the American maker culture, crafting your own decor is as celebrated as buying from artisans. It's all about love and effort poured into your home. Blend vintage decor with your greenery. Antique lanterns, faded postcards, or old watering cans become nostalgic accents. Americans love nostalgia in interiors. It roots us in memory while giving new life to old things. When placed among plants and imperfect pottery, vintage finds help tell a rich story of time, nature, and human connection. Strategic mirror placement can amplify the light and green beauty of your nook. Choose hand-framed mirrors with irregular edges or vintage glass. These reflective surfaces bounce natural light, making your nook feel larger and more alive. In American interiors, mirrors are often used not just to open space but to reflect one's lived-in aesthetic with grace. Even in the tiniest apartment, a garden nook can bloom. A single chair, a shelf of succulents, and a hand-stitched throw is all you need. American small-space living thrives on multifunctional, meaningful decor, and this nook is a shining example. It's proof that beauty doesn't require grand scale, just intention and care. At its core, the indoor garden nook with Handmade Imperfect Beauty supports a lifestyle of slowness and presence. It encourages sipping tea instead of scrolling, touching textures instead of tapping screens. This philosophy is increasingly embraced in American homes that crave grounding amid chaos. Your nook becomes a ritual, not just a room. The beauty of your garden nook is that it can evolve with the seasons. In spring, fresh blooms and linen; in fall, dried branches and knitted throws. Embracing this adaptability is an American tradition, refreshing the home to reflect nature's cycle. Handmade elements naturally lend themselves to these updates with their versatile charm. By creating an indoor garden nook with Handmade Imperfect Beauty, you're not just decorating, you're contributing to a larger cultural movement. You're valuing craftsmanship, choosing authenticity, and expressing care in your everyday environment. This is the future of interior design in America: mindful, meaningful, and deeply human. your indoor garden nook isn't just a place for plants. It's where hand-shaped pottery meets heart-shaped peace. It's where the imperfect becomes personal, where light, texture, scent, and sound merge into a sanctuary. In embracing handmade imperfect beauty, you're making a powerful design choice rooted in authenticity, sustainability, and soul. As we reconnect with craft and nature, this nook becomes more than a trend, it becomes a way of living, loving, and truly being home.